Hello everyone, today we are back with Album Wars, and yeah, we're just gonna do this 32 album bracket completely randomized, and yeah, it's basically it'll randomize it based on every album I've ever heard. So yeah, let's just get started here. We got Rage Against the Machine, not a correct album title for some reason, or album cover, and then we got Among the Living by Anthrax, both great albums. The Rage Against the Machine one's probably my favorite. I think their self-titled is their best album. Among the Living is the only Anthrax album I've heard, and I think it's good, but I think I do prefer the Rage Against the Machine debut here. So, yeah, we're gonna go with that. Now we have The Red Album by Baroness, or Korn by Korn. Don't think this album's right either, or album cover. Some of these will be wrong. Doesn't usually happen, but sometimes it does. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of either of these albums that much. I think the Red Album is a little bit better though. Korn is a bit too, not even sure, like visceral, edgy, not really sure. Anyway, uh, Rembrandt, don't even know if I want to say that here, by the Butthole Surfers versus Mardi Gras by Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I don't know, Mardi Gras is considered by a lot of people to be one of the worst albums ever made, but I don't really see it. I think it's a pretty good album, actually. It's also pretty short, too, so it's pretty, I don't know, just kind of whips by, really. And it's not great, but it's not terrible. And honestly, this album kind of bored me half the time. It was very strange and just didn't intrigue me that much somehow. So, yeah, I'm going to go Mardi Gras, actually, not going to lie. All right, now we have Shake It Up by the Cars, which is not really one of my favorite Cars albums. In fact, it's probably my least favorite that I've heard, and I think I've heard four. Um, and then we have Technical Ecstasy by Black Sabbath, which I think, if you ask me, like, what are some of the most underrated albums of all time, Technical Ecstasy is going to be one of them that's probably in there. I think this is just as good as their top stuff. I mean, it's in my top five Black Sabbath albums. Um, it's really hard to rank Black Sabbath's catalog, though. I don't even know how to rank that. But I think this album's fantastic. I think it's really, really good. Um, album cover's just awful, though. Like, what is even happening? But yeah, I'm going to go with Technical Ecstasy here. Now we have Litmus by Jake Paul. That is not the correct album cover. And then versus Trompe Le Monde by the Pixies. What a matchup here. Wow, I wonder what I'm going to go here. I wonder. But yeah, in case you guys are wondering, I listen to a lot of bad albums just to see just how bad they are. And yeah, this Litmus album, it's pretty much like a 0 out of 10. It's pretty much a 0. So if you were curious, do not listen to it. Trompe Le Monde, one of my favorite 90s albums in general, I think. So strong contender to win this whole tournament, I can't even lie. But yeah, let's go for Trompe Le Monde, obviously. All right, we got Dreamboat Annie by Heart versus Wuthering Heights, a new release by Charlie XCX. And Dreamboat Annie is one that I listened to a long time ago, didn't really care for it that much. And now I mean, songs like Magic Man are just so good. Crazy on You is obviously great. And then all the time, it just gets stuck in my head, the like, Dreamboat Annie, like that part or whatever. Like, so I don't know. I mean, Dreamboat Annie is really freaking good. Wuthering Heights is not really my favorite from Charlie XCX. I wish it was more energetic and crazy, kind of like Brat, I guess. But yeah, we're going Dreamboat Annie, obviously. We have the Grateful Dead debut versus Disintegration by The Cure. Also, not a right album cover at all. Yeah, I don't remember anything about the Grateful Dead debut. Like, I listened to it. I remember liking it, not really loving it. I just remember kind of liking it. But I don't remember much about it, honestly. And then Disintegration by The Cure is a pretty good album. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good. So, yeah, we're going to go with that one, I guess. We have Combat Rock by The Clash. Definitely my favorite Clash album. I'm not a huge fan of The Clash, though. And then we have A View from the Top of the World by Dream Theater. You see, this one I could go either way on, because I don't know. I mean, as far as Dream Theater's style, I probably like it more than The Clash overall. But I mean, on that album you have Rock the Casbah. You have that song from what is it called? It's sampled from a very popular song. Like, I just can't think of it right now. If you guys know in the comments, let me know. I definitely would get it on other days. But anyway, yeah, MIA Paper Planes. Never mind. Don't put it in the comments. I got it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably Combat Rock is better, honestly. So let's just go with that one. I just find it more memorable too. Like, I like A View from the Top of the World, but I think there's like a ton of Dream Theater albums that are either the same or like similar sounding or like that I would rather listen to than that one. So yeah. Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? Probably one of my favorite metal albums of the 80s. It's definitely up there. I mean, it's just along the stuff of like what Metallica was doing, the best Slayer albums, all that kind of stuff, in my opinion. And then we got Everything Under the Sun versus Jukebox the Ghost. Pretty good, like, pop rock album. I definitely enjoy it, but it's not beating Peace Sells, not gonna lie. So we're going with that. Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails. I've been listening to this recently, like every day to work, just been putting on the first like three songs from Pretty Hate Machine. I can't lie though that the first three songs of that album are a lot better, I think, than the rest of the album. Like I do like the rest of the album, but I think the first three songs are really where it's at. Electric Warrior, everything I've listened to from T-Rex has been really disappointing to me. Like, because there's so many people who put like this album super high, and they also really like the one with Metal Guru on it. I'm trying to think of what that's called right now. The Slider. And I just don't really get it. I think that it's all very pretty bland for glam rock, honestly. Like, why not just listen to Mott the Hoople or David Bowie? Like, they're so much better. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm picking Pretty Hate Machine. It's not really close here, so yeah. Now we have The Velvet Rope by Janet Jackson, and it's kind of funny because I'm not the biggest R&B fan, but I have to admit this album is just really great. I mean, it is really, really good. Um, and yeah, and then we have An Attempt to Express by Zay Alexander, someone I worked with not too long ago, so very cool. I decided to give their album a listen, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very experimental. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it, honestly, but I mean, it is pretty cool that they made it. So, yeah, but we're going. It's not going to be The Velvet Rope. I mean, let's be honest. So, yeah, but very cool. More Skin with Milk Mouth. More Skin with Milk Mouth by Giraffes. This is an album that I was obsessed with for a brief period of time, and I kind of have not listened to it since. And then we have Cherry Bomb by Tyler the Creator, which is this album cover specifically. This is a real album cover for this album, and it's horrible. It's such a bad album cover. Um, yeah, Cherry Bomb, I don't hate it like a lot of people do, but it's like not really my favorite, like from Tyler, obviously. So yeah, More Skin of Milk Mouth is definitely better here. Very interesting album. Cool like math rock kind of stuff going on with it. So yeah. Or we got Bitches Brew versus the Always self-titled, which I don't think this album cover is correct, but yeah. I don't know. These kind of like pure jazz albums to me, I can't really get into them an insane amount for some reason. Like I really like a lot of rock that is infused with jazz or even rap that's infused with jazz, but jazz is a main genre. It's not usually that enticing to me. Um, and I think this album is too long. I mean, if I remember correctly, it's like almost 2 hours long, so it's kind of a rough listen. It's very good. It's very, very good, but it's a little bit rough for me to listen to. Always self-titled. It's very nostalgic to me, just being in college and hearing these for the first time and stuff. And you just got a lot of bangers on there. I've thought about giving this album a 9 out of 10 even, which is pretty rare for me, but it's still an 8, but yeah, it's really fantastic. So let's go with that one. Now we got Animals by Pink Floyd versus Twin Fantasy by Car Seat Headrest. Both some legendary albums here. Yeah, I mean, Animals is just as great as everyone says it is, or maybe not really, because it's not my absolute favorite, but I do really like it a lot. And then Twin Fantasy, yeah, I think this album really blew me away. It's just so emotional and like kind of sad and just like, oh man, I don't even know. I don't know anything about what it's about. It's just such a good album. Like just the vibes are just there, and I'm probably gonna do a hot take here, but I'm gonna pick Twin Fantasy. I honestly think it's the better album. I don't know. I mean, I really like Animals, but I just get more out of Twin Fantasy personally. So yeah, let's go for that one. Oh, Getting Killed by Geese versus Countdown to Ecstasy by Steely Dan. I mean, what is this matchup? This is extremely close. I mean, because Getting Killed, you got Trinidad on there. That's a great song. Husbands, Taxes, Long Island, Here I Come. Like, those are all great songs. But then, I mean, Countdown to Ecstasy, you have Bodhisattva. You got My Old School. I mean, I sing those, like, all the time. And just play them all the time. He also got like My Gold Teeth, I think, right? I think that's on there as well. Um, I think for the just the pure amount that I play Countdown to Ecstasy, maybe that's better. Maybe it's a little bit better. I think I'm gonna go Countdown to Ecstasy, but it's very close. Steely Dan is just one of my favorite bands ever. So Geese is amazing though. One of the best rock bands right now. So yeah, we're gonna go Steely Dan. Goat's Head Soup by the Rolling Stones versus Waiting for the Sun by the Doors. Yeah, Waiting for the Sun's not really my favorite Doors album. It's really good, but I don't know, not my favorite. I really prefer like the debut, Strange Days, LA Woman. Yeah, maybe even the Soft Parade, honestly. Um, Goat's Head Soup is really good, and it's the Stones. They're one of the best bands of all time. So we're gonna go Goat's Head Soup. All right, now we loop back around. We got Rage Against the Machines versus the Red Album, and I'm going Rage Against the Machines. Not really close in my mind. Baroness is all right, but they're not my favorite metal band really. So yeah, Mardi Gras versus Technical Ecstasy. Both really overhated albums. I mean, both of these are just so overhated. We're going Technical Ecstasy, though. I like it significantly more than Mardi Gras, so yeah. Trompe Le Monde by the Pixies versus Dreamboat Annie. I like Dreamboat Annie, it's great. But Trompe Le Monde, I mean, you just got too many bangers on there, so yeah. If I remember correctly, guys, I think Trompe Le Monde has won an album more in the past, even. So if they win again, that'd be kind of crazy. Disintegration by The Cure or Combat Rock by The Clash. Yeah, I already said I didn't like The Clash that much, but honestly, I think Combat Rock's like just a better album, honestly. Disintegration is not really my thing. Not much of a Cure fan either, really. I think Pornography is really their only great album. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty easy for me to pick Combat Rock here, to be honest, so we're going to do that. Oh, and now we have Peace Sells, but Who's Buying versus Pretty Hate Machine. Yeah, this isn't easy, but I honestly think Peace Sells is a better album. Like, I really like Pretty Hate Machine a lot, but again, it's mostly the first three tracks that I really like from it. And I don't know, Peace Sells is just really good throughout the entire thing. Um, so yeah, I think we're going Peace Sells, but pretty close. Pretty brutal there. The Velvet Rope by Janet Jackson versus More Skin with Milk Mouth by Giraffes. This is another really tough one here. But I think I'm honestly going to go More Skin with Milk Mouth. I think I just really like that math rock sound. Like, I don't listen to this album that much anymore, but I just really like it, I guess. I don't know. But The Velvet Rope is really fantastic, so it's pretty close here. All right, we got Always Debut versus Twin Fantasy. And yeah, it's going to be Twin Fantasy. Just such an emotional, like raw kind of experience. Just love the guitar and just the vocals are just so good. I don't even know. I mean, it's just a perfect kind of modern rock album. So yeah. Countdown to Ecstasy versus Goat's Head Soup. And I'm going to go Countdown to Ecstasy. Like, it's just such a strong album. So I got to go for it, you know. Countdown to Ecstasy. Rage Against the Machines versus Technical Ecstasy. We're going Technical Ecstasy. I just realized something. Wouldn't we love to see Technical Ecstasy versus Countdown to Ecstasy? I think that'd be pretty cool. But I don't think that's going to happen. But you'd have the battle of the ecstasies, I guess. So would be interesting. All right, Trompe Le Monde versus Combat Rock. It's easy to go for Trompe Le Monde here. Yeah, as I said, just not a huge Clash fan. It's their best album, but I don't know. I don't care about them that much. So, all right, Peace Sells, but Who's Buying versus More Skin with Milk Mouth. And I think this is where More Skin with Milk Mouth dies. Peace Sells is just such a banger. One of the best metal albums of the 80s, so we're going with that. And now we have Twin Fantasy versus Countdown to Ecstasy. And I think we're going Twin Fantasy here. I think as an experience, I just get more out of it than Countdown to Ecstasy, even though if we're going by pure like songs alone, there are like probably 3 songs on Countdown to Ecstasy that I like over every song on Twin Fantasy, to be honest. Like Bodhisattva in my top 100 songs of all time. My Old School in my top probably 50 songs of all time. And then I feel like there's like one more on there that I'm kind of forgetting the name of right now that is pretty high for me, but it's like the Showbiz Kids, I think. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it is. Anyway, we're going Twin Fantasy. All right, we got Technical Ecstasy versus Trompe Le Monde. And as much as I like Technical Ecstasy, I think Trompe Le Monde has got to take it here. Um, just a lot of my favorite alt rock kind of tunes on Trompe Le Monde. I think it's just as good as Surfer Rosa, just as good as Bossa Nova. Um, yeah, so we're gonna go with that. Peace sells, but who's buying versus Twin Fantasy. And as I've said a million times, we're going Twin Fantasy. Yeah, I think it's a little more memorable than Peace Sells. Like Peace Sells is really good, but I think metal music kind of melds together for me as much as I like the genre. But yeah, we're gonna go Twin Fantasy. And now we have Trompe Le Monde versus Twin Fantasy. And guys, you may not expect it, but we're gonna give a two-time winner to Trompe Le Monde. I just think I like the songs more individually. Like I love listening to Twin Fantasy as like an experience almost, but I usually don't come back and like listen to the songs like by themselves. Whereas Trompe Le Monde, I feel like I can do either or. I could listen to the entire album and love it the whole way through, or I could, put on Motorway to Roswell or what is it, the sad punk or something, or Letter to Memphis. Just I don't know. There's so many bangers on that album. It's insane. So um yeah, we're gonna go with Trompe Le Monde for the winner here. And yeah, this is what our album bracket looks like. And yeah, we'll keep continuing these hopefully once a week. You should be usually. So yeah, but thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.